Greetings to everyone from Thailand. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I send you my love and warmest greetings. Today, I want to talk with you about something that is spreading across the world, something that is catching attention everywhere. Many of you have seen it on social media, in the news, or perhaps even with your own eyes. These are images that touch the heart, that stir questions in the mind, and that call the soul towards some deeper truth. These are images of monks, Buddhist monks, walking in a single file line, sometimes barefoot, sometimes carrying a tent on their shoulders, sometimes holding a bowl in their hands, sometimes in blazing heat, sometimes in rain, sometimes in biting cold winds. They are walking, simply walking, and you may have wondered, what is this? Is this a protest? Is this a demonstration? Is some kind of religious ceremony? Are they trying to convert people to Buddhism? Is this a political statement? What exactly is happening? Today, I want to open all of this up for you and explain it clearly. I don't just want to tell you why these monks are walking. I also want to share the wisdom within that walking, the lessons it holds, and how we can bring that wisdom into our own daily lives. Because the truth that lives in their footsteps is not only for monks. It is for every human being who is searching for peace, stillness, and joy in this world. Let's begin with the most visible example right now, the one that is receiving the most attention at this moment, the one whose images and videos are going viral across social media, is the group of monks walking across the United States of America. These monks are walking from Texas all the way to Washington, D.C. on foot. Think about that distance for a moment. Texas to Washington, D.C., thousands of miles, different states, different weather, different terrains. Deserts, mountains, plains, forests, blazing summer heat and freezing cold, and this journey spans several months. This is not a comfortable trip. This is not a tourist excursion. This is a deep, spiritual, and enormously physically demanding journey. And for me, as an American monk currently living here in Thailand, seeing this fills my heart with a strange and beautiful joy. Seeing how people come out of their homes to welcome these monks, how people from small towns offer them food, how children wave at them from the roadside, how the eyes of elderly people fill with tears. This is light in the darkness. This is hope in despair. This is peace in a world that is filled with so much noise and chaos. So what exactly is this? This is not a protest. Let's make this clear first. This is not a protest. A protest has slogans, demands, something directed against someone. This walking is not against anyone. It is not against any government, not against any political party, not against any individual. This is not preaching, let's also be clear. This is not an attempt to spread Buddhism. These monks have not come to make you a Buddhist. They have not come to convince you of anything. They are not calling you toward any ideology. So then, what is it? This is a testimony. This is a living example. This is a quiet but enormously powerful message. The message is, peace is possible. The message is, stillness is possible. The message is, there are people in this world who dedicate their entire lives to this one truth. And they walk that truth all the way to your doorstep. The walking of monks, a deep and ancient tradition. Now we need to understand what walking means in Buddhism. This is not something new. This is a tradition that is 2,500 years old. The Buddha himself walked. He walked across the entire length of northern India on foot for decades, thousands of miles, barefoot. With his students beside him, he went village to village, city to city, not because he enjoyed the travel, but because he understood that to bring the message of peace, you must go yourself. In Buddhism, chankramanam, walking, is a form of meditation. When we sit and meditate, that is one kind of practice. But when we walk with full awareness, with full consciousness, that is an equally deep meditation. In walking meditation, you place your entire attention on your footsteps. You feel each step, the foot rising from the earth, moving forward and touching the ground again. You stay in the present moment. You do not think about the past. You do not worry about the future. Just this step, this breath, this moment. Thudong, the great journey of the monks in Buddhism, particularly in Theravada Buddhism, which is practiced across Southeast Asia. There is a tradition called Thudong. This is a form of strict spiritual practice in which monks leave their home monastery, their comfortable routines, and set out into the world. Thudong means you carry only the essentials: one robe, one alms bowl, perhaps a small tent, and nothing more. No money, no credit card, no hotel reservation. You are at the mercy of the world. You walk and accept whatever comes. This is not only a physical journey, it is also an inward journey. When you give up everything, when you have no safety net, when you depend entirely on this moment and on the kindness of the world for your every need, something very deep happens inside you. You realize how small you truly are. You realize how kind this world actually is. You realize how simple life can be if we stop making it so complicated. Why are the monks walking in America? Now let's come back to the core question. Why are these monks walking from Texas to Washington, D.C.? The answer is one word: awareness. They want to spread the awareness that peace is possible. They want to demonstrate that a life lived not from anger but from love is possible. A life lived not from fear but from trust. A life lived not from selfishness but from generosity. In today's world, especially in a country like America where political tension runs so high, where people fear one another, where division has grown so deep, where people consume devastating news on their screens every single moment of every day in that world, these monks with their quiet footsteps are saying something enormous. They are saying, look, peace is possible. When the darkness feels too heavy, I often think about the time we are living in. Open any news app and it feels as if the world is about to collapse. Wars, climate change, economic crises, political chaos, social division. People hate each other, people blame each other, people see each other as enemies, and in that darkness these monks are walking. Without slogans, without noise, without blame, without anger, just walking, and from their footsteps light is radiating. This is a very ancient truth. Light does not need to fight the darkness. Light only needs to shine. And the darkness retreats on its own. These monks are light. Their every step is light. Their every smile is light. Every moment they spend in peace is light. This is happening around the world. America is only one example. At this moment, monks are walking for peace in many different parts of the world, in Europe as well, in Asia as well, in Australia as well. Everywhere, these same quiet, peaceful caravans are telling the world that another way exists. Here in Thailand, where I am right now, monks walking on foot is a very common and deeply honored tradition. People bow with respect when they see monks approaching from a distance. Mothers hope that their sons will at least once in their lives take on the monastic life and pass through this experience. Because in Thailand, there is a belief that a man who becomes a monk, who gives up everything and lives this simple life, is changed from within. He becomes more patient, more grateful, more compassionate. The wisdom of walking, lessons for your life. Now we arrive at the part that may matter most to you. Because most of you are not monks, and you have no intention of walking thousands of miles for several months. But the wisdom of these monks is for you. It is for your everyday life. First lesson: live in this moment. When a monk walks, he does not think about the destination. He does not calculate how far Washington, D.C. still is. He thinks only about the step he is taking right now. This is the greatest lesson of all. We spend the vast majority of our lives either in the past or in the future, grieving old mistakes, worrying about coming difficulties, and in between, the present, this very moment, passes by without being felt at all. The great Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh says that the future has not yet arrived. The past is already gone, and only this moment exists. And in this moment is life itself. Can you today, right now, in this moment, actually live? Second lesson. More and less, a monk carries very few possessions. One robe, one bowl, a few basic items. And yet he is happy. And yet he is at peace. Many of us believe that happiness will come when the house is bigger, when the car is newer, when the phone is the latest model, when the bank balance reaches a certain number. And we keep chasing happiness, and happiness keeps running ahead of us. Watching monks, you realize that happiness is not in objects. Happiness is a state of mind. Happiness comes from within, not from outside. Third lesson. Gratitude when a monk is walking and a stranger offers him food. Something very beautiful happens in that moment. One human being gives another human being their kindness, with no expectation in return, and the monk receives that kindness. With gratitude, with respect, can we feel that kind of gratitude in our own lives? Can we notice the small kindnesses in every single day? Someone held the door open, someone smiled, someone helped without being asked. Gratitude is the shortest road to happiness. Fourth lesson. One step at a time. The monk did not walk from Texas to Washington in one go. He took one step, then another, and thousands of miles were covered. In our lives too, we have very large dreams and very large goals. And sometimes we look at the size of them and we are so frightened that we never even begin. The lesson is this: just take the first step. The rest of the steps will follow on their own. The depth of walking barefoot. You may have noticed that some monks walk barefoot. Why? This is a profound symbol. When you walk barefoot, you feel the earth, stone, grass, soil, warmth, cold. You are connected to the ground. You are part of this world, not separated from it. In our lives, we wear very thick shoes in a figurative sense. We protect ourselves from the world, from other people, from our own feelings. We try so hard to stay safe that we stop feeling life at all. Walking barefoot is a reminder that life must be felt, joy as well as sorrow, warmth as well as cold. This is what life is. The alms bowl, the bowl that a monk carries, is called the alms bowl, or in Pali, the Metta. Each morning, the monk walks through a village or town, and people place food in that bowl. This is not merely about food. This is an exchange. People give the monk nourishment, and the monk gives them his prayers, his goodwill, his blessings. This is a relationship, a bond, an acknowledgement of mutual dependence. The monk acknowledges, I cannot live without this world. I need you, and the people acknowledge this spiritual light among us is necessary. Peace begins within yourself. Perhaps you are thinking, all of this is wonderful, but what can I do? I am not a monk. I don't have months to walk. Then hear this one very important thing. Peace does not begin with a journey of thousands of miles. Peace begins in your own heart. It begins in your own home. It begins with your own single step. If today you pause for one moment, take one deep breath and ask yourself, how can I be in peace right now in this moment? Then you have already taken the first step toward peace. Walking meditation. A practical practice for you. Let me share with you a very simple but very powerful practice that you can begin tomorrow. Walking meditation. Whenever you are going anywhere, whether from one room to another in your office, from your house to your car, through a market, put your phone in your pocket. And then, for the first few steps, place your attention on your feet, the lifting of the foot, the moving forward, the touching of the ground. Then bring your attention to your breath. Breath in, breath out. Then become aware of your surroundings. The air, the sounds, the light, that is all. This 1 minute of walking meditation can transform your entire life if you practice it every single day. That moment, when someone sees a monk, I often think about the person who is buried in the routines of a busy city. Worried about work, worried about bills, tangled in the complexities of relationships, and suddenly, on the street, they see these monks, walking in silence with calm faces, without a care for anything. In that moment, something happens. Something stirs inside that person. For a moment, they step outside their race. And perhaps for the first time that day, that week, that month, they take a deep breath. This is what the monks are doing. They are stopping people for a moment. They are reminding people that life is not just about running. Love and compassion, the heart of Buddhist practice at the center of Buddhism, are two things: Metta, which means loving kindness, and Karuna, which means compassion. Metta is love that is selfless, not the love that wants to receive, but the love that wants to give. The love a mother has for her child, and beyond that. The love that extends to every human being you know, and every human being you have never met. Karuna is the compassion that feels another person's pain, not only feels it, but actively tries to lessen it. When a monk is walking, with every single step he is offering this prayer: may all the beings on this earth be happy, may they be at peace, may they be free from suffering. May all beings be happy, may all beings be at peace, may all beings be free from suffering. That prayer is in every step, in every breath, in every moment. Is this for us too? Many of you may be Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Sikh, or followers of other faiths. You may be thinking, these are Buddhist ideas, they are not for me. But wait, peace is for everyone. Living in the present moment is for everyone. Gratitude is for everyone. Love is for everyone. Compassion is for everyone. Islam also teaches patience, teaches gratitude. Hinduism also teaches ahimsa, which is non-violence. Christianity also carries the message of love. Sikhism also carries the message of seva, which is selfless service. These monks are not delivering the message of one religion. They are delivering the message that lives inside every human being, the message that sits at the center of every genuine spiritual path. When the world feels too heavy on your shoulders, sometimes life becomes very heavy. The weight of problems, the weight of responsibilities, the weight of relationships, the weight of worry about the future. And in those moments, the image of a monk carrying a tent on his shoulders comes to mind. He is also carrying a load. But his face holds peace. Why? Because he is only taking this step. He is not worrying about the next step, the next destination, the coming night. Just this step, and this is the secret that can transform our lives. When the burden feels too heavy, ask yourself, can I, right now, in this moment, take this one step? Not the step of tomorrow, not the step of the day after. Just this one step. The answer is almost always yes. The people who offer food to the monks when the monks are walking across America, what is happening around them? People are coming outside, bringing food, bringing water, bringing smiles. An old woman who perhaps knows nothing about Buddhism comes out with homemade bread and places it in the monk's bowl. A child who just came home from school runs to his mother and asks, "Mom, who are these people?" And when he is told that they are walking for peace, he too wants to give something. These moments are precious beyond measure, because these moments prove that kindness lives in the human heart. No matter how full the world is of bad news, the spring of human kindness never runs dry. You can also be an ambassador of peace. I don't want you to watch this, say how beautiful, and move on. I want you to take something with you. You too can be an ambassador of peace. You don't have to walk thousands of miles. You don't have to become a monk. You don't have to leave your job or your home. Just do this, today. Treat one person with kindness, someone you usually respond to with irritation or impatience. Today, put your phone down just once and sit in silence for a few minutes. Today, take one deep breath and say, I am okay in this moment. These are small steps, but these are the steps that change the world. The real message of the monk. I want to tell you something you may not have heard anywhere else. When a monk walks, he does not walk only for himself. He walks for you, for every human being who is in pain, who is discouraged, who is exhausted, for every human being who does not yet know that hope still remains. His every step is a prayer. May this world find peace. May these people be happy. May this humanity learn to live together in love, and that prayer does not disappear into empty air. It reaches you. When you see a monk and something stirs inside you, that is the prayer touching you. A message of hope. We are living in a time when hope is difficult to find, but these monks are telling us hope is possible. Peace is possible. Love is possible. They are covering thousands of miles one step at a time. In the same way, we too can make this world better one step at a time. No great revolution is required. No sweeping transformation is required. Just this one step, now, in this moment. Summary: the essence of everything. What have we learned in this conversation today? First, the monk's journey is not a protest, not a preaching mission. It is a living testimony that peace is possible. Second, walking in Buddhism is an ancient spiritual tradition, going all the way back to the time of the Buddha himself. Third, the wisdom of these monks is for everyone, for people of every religion, every culture, every background. Fourth, living in the present moment, finding happiness in simplicity, practicing gratitude, and moving one step at a time. These are lessons we can apply in our everyday lives. Fifth, you too can be an ambassador of peace in your own home, in your own neighborhood, in your own city. Final words: become the light when there is darkness. The light does not need to fight it. The light only needs to shine. And the darkness retreats on its own. These monks are light, and you can be light too. Be the light in your home. Be the light in your family. Be the light for your friends. Be the light for your country, for your world. Each individual light, gathered together, becomes so vast and so bright that no darkness can extinguish it. Thank you for being part of this conversation today. From Thailand, with peace and love, this is my prayer for every one of you. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be free from suffering.